The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead here on DC News Now at noon. Breaking news this hour on the shooting of 13-year-old Karan Blake. What we now know about the person arrested. New video evidence that led to that arrest. What that video now tells us. And later, a week-long vigil called Do Not Harm, We Must Disarm is underway. We look at the efforts to fight back against violence in the district. But first, here's meteorologist Damon Matson.
Yeah, we've been dealing with some soggy weather today. Light rain falling across most of the area this morning. Now, as we go toward the evening time, could this rain switch over to snow? We'll have a check of the forecast here in just a bit.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at noon. I'm Annalisa Gale filling in for Mark Hall. Breaking this afternoon, DC police now confirming that the man accused of shooting and killing 13-year-old Karan Blake has now turned himself in. That man, a DC government employee, has been identified as Jason Lewis. He's being charged now with second-degree murder. Police say video evidence shows Karan Blake was with a group of guys as they were allegedly breaking into cars, and that Lewis shot and killed him after first shooting at a getaway car. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg has been following this for us from the very beginning. Daniel, what are we learning now?
Well, Annalisa, some new details here because of the video evidence that was in the court paperwork for the arrest warrant. Now, what we learned was that, as we knew before, Jason Lewis called 911. He said that, as you just said, Karan Blake was running toward him, and that's when he shot him. What Chief Conti told us this morning was that there was an initial gunshot toward a getaway car. So as you said, there was a group of kids breaking into cars. They were seen on video with flashlights peering in windows. Chief Conti said that Karan Blake tried running toward that getaway car. That car crashed into something, and that's when Karan Blake turned around and started running the other way. And that is when police say that Lewis shot him. There is, again, surveillance video of that happening. Chief Conti telling us today that there was no real verbal confrontation, exchange of words between Blake and Lewis before he was shot. Chief Conti says that Lewis was actually standing on his front step right outside of his doorway when he fired those shots. So, of course, there is that initial shot toward the getaway car, and that is when Karan Blake actually was running the other way. That's when he was shot. According to the DC medical examiner, Karan Blake died of multiple gunshot injuries. Some of the problems that Chief Conti has, why this man is being charged with second-degree murder, lie with the fact that there was no imminent danger, according to Conti, in this case. Here's what he had to say about a half hour ago.
I mean, it's not consistent with training that one would receive for a concealed carry permit. You know, if you're not in fear of, you know, or an immediate threat to your physical being or someone else's, you know, that is problematic for me.
And so, again, Chief Conti saying that this man is going to be charged with second-degree murder. He will be in court this afternoon at 1:30 for an initial hearing where we expect to see more of what he has to say in court. Annalisa.
Got it, Daniel. And at this point, talk us through the timeline. How long did this investigation take? A lot of people, again, were waiting for the grand jury to say something in this case.
Well, it's absolutely right. A lot of people were annoyed and upset that this investigation was taking so long. There was a question of why Lewis was not arrested in the first place on the scene when he was the one who called 911 and said that he shot Karan Blake. What Chief Conti said about a month ago was that the reason was they didn't have all of the evidence to make an arrest at that point. It all had to go to the grand jury, where the grand jury decided what charges would be brought. So since that grand jury investigation concluded, they were able to get that arrest warrant, and that is when Lewis turned himself in this morning at 8 a.m.
Right. Thanks so much, Daniel. We'll check in with you later this evening at the 5 and 6 as well. Thank you. Well, new this afternoon, D.C. police now say the man who was shot right outside of a high school in Northwest has died. Although the shooting didn't happen on campus, D.C. News Now's Joseph Olmo spoke to several students who are still shaken up by this news.
So even though the shooting happened at Coolidge High School, you got to understand this entire community is full of schools. Right behind me is Whittier Elementary School, and look to the right. There's a middle school just before Coolidge High School. So you can understand how a shooting, especially in today's climate, can put a lot of people, including young students, on edge. This is what Coolidge High School in Northwest DC normally looks like. But at 3 p.m. yesterday, just 30 minutes before class lets out, it looked like this. Police officers swarming the area after a safe passage worker, somebody in charge of student safety, was shot and killed.
The safeguard who was shot, he's probably just an innocent man trying to do his job, just getting shot for no reason.
Today, those students were already back to class, not even 24 hours after they were put in lockdown in their own school because of a shooting that happened outside. Is it hard being a high schooler in 2023?
Yes, extremely. People are getting laced, people are getting shot at, people are getting jumped, people are getting robbed day to day, back to back. It's just a lot that happens, and it's too normalized. Like, we are too normal. We're not too normal, but we're too accepting of it, right? We're too used to it, and we're not supposed to be, you know?
The students say they'd like to see more genuine action to get guns off the street as DC wraps up January 2023 with more than a dozen homicides. Reporting in Northwest DC, I'm Joseph Olmo, DC News Now.
And in Montgomery County, a shooting investigation is now underway. A man and woman were injured in that shooting at a Gaithersburg home there. It happened early this morning on North Summit Avenue. Police are not providing much information right now at this point, but the man and woman, we are told, are expected to recover there. Well, new details this hour about a story we first brought you over the weekend. Detectives from D.C. Police have arrested 3 minors in connection to multiple robberies and assaults last Sunday. 2 of the teens charged are 16, the other is 15. Those charges include 2 separate armed robberies with a gun, attempted armed robbery, and assault with a deadly weapon. The 15-year-old is also charged with other gun crimes. And take a look at this. Police in Falls Church are asking for your help. They're looking for the person who stole around $1,000 worth of jewelry from a store on Wilson Boulevard. The robbery happened Friday. One suspect pointed a gun at an employee while another shattered display cases with a hammer to steal that jewelry. The 3 suspects wore ski masks that covered most of their faces, we're told. And a woman is under arrest in Prince William County for making a bomb threat at a local hospital. Police say Brittany Denise Roseborough was behind that threat at Centara Northern Virginia Medical Center. Investigators say they found Roseborough outside that hospital. Turning now to the Hill, where 2 new bills by U.S. senators, including Maryland Senators Chris Van Hollen and Ben Cardin, would ban the sale, transfer, manufacture, and importation of military-style assault weapons and raise the minimum age to purchase assault weapons from 18 to 21. The new bills include restrictions on the type of guns used by the shooter, who killed 11 people and injured 9 more in Monterey Park, California. Senator Van Hollen adding that gun violence has traumatized our country for far too long, including 50 mass shootings just since the start of this year. And the ongoing toll of daily killings in our neighborhoods, inaction is not an option, he said there, quote. Well, the homeless encampment at McPherson Square, here in the district, will soon be cleared of tents and people 2 months earlier than planned. That's according to a letter obtained by the Washington Post from the National Park Service. The urgent request came from the D.C. government. The district reports that the number of social service providers and mental health clinicians the district had contracts with fell, increasing unsafe conditions at McPherson Square. The square will be cleared on the 15th of February. And for anyone traveling to Baltimore the next few days, be on the lookout for some closures in the Baltimore Harbor Tunnel. The Maryland Transportation Authority announcing a series of overnight closures for that tunnel. The northbound tunnel is scheduled to close at 8:30 p.m. through February 2nd for maintenance. Commuters may experience 15 to 20-minute delays while closures are implemented. Turning now to Prince George's County, where an investigation into a single vehicle crash continues in Upper Marlboro that left the driver dead Monday evening. Police say 32-year-old Tahaha Robinson was traveling west on Rosaryville Road shortly before 9 p.m. when he lost control of that vehicle and crashed into a tree. And covering West Virginia, mandatory motor vehicle inspections may change in a big way. The state Senate has now passed a bill saying the annual inspections should take place every other year, making those inspection stickers valid for 2 years.
Why? Because it's just as safe to do it every 2 years as every single year, and it's great for consumers. Very inconvenient having to go back every single year to get that car inspection. Cars are made a lot better today than they've ever been made in our history.
The annual car inspections cost $14.77. The bill now moves to the House of Delegates.